Hey everyone, it's Alexis with Create Your Future. I am back with a brand new video. Today, I have a success story to share about a client of mine that really transformed the dynamic, the details, the situation with her specific person. And they have gone from being broken up, separated, and they also share a child together after years of knowing each other also. And now they are engaged. So this is to give you hope and motivation, and also to go over the principles of creating your reality, that you are the epicenter of it all, and how she really utilized that to understand that her reality all came from her. Okay. Before I get started, like I always say, the links for booking one-on-one coaching, one-on-one hypnosis, and the links to all of my pre-recorded courses and hypnosis audios are in the box below. So today, let's talk about changing the relationship, reworking your relationship dynamic, as I like to call it, how to choose your reality, your perspective, your person differently from within. Okay. So just a reminder and a refresher that everything comes from you, that you are ground zero. You are the creator of it all. So nothing can happen in your reality without your thought, your creation, and your perspective of it. And that includes the people in your reality, and that includes your specific person. So when I began working with this client, she had so many complaints and there were so many issues of things going on. And like she puts in her success story, there was some key things that really drove her to be resentful, mad, and irritated at her person and the situation. And that was that she tended to think she had to do everything. So they did live together before the separation. They have a child together, and she would just do it all, right? She worked from home. She had a hybrid job. So she worked from home, went into the office, and when at home, she was doing it all, doing all of everything for their daughter. And then she really felt like she would bring that to conscious manifesting. And I said to her, it sounds to me like you think you're having to do it all. And frankly, you've termed you as the person in your relationship who has to do it all. And now we're coming to conscious manifesting, and you're thinking, I'm the one that has to think all of the thoughts. It's all me, which I get. Okay. Now it is all you. Okay. But in the relationship dynamic, we want to take the perspective and the thought and create with the person that we're both doing it together. If you are someone that's taking it all on, you're doing all of like she was doing as a pragmatic thing in the 3D, right? She was doing all the chores. She was taking care of their daughter. She was the one who would figure out all the finances. If the car had to be washed, she would tell him to do it. Okay. Now, was it always like that? No. Something happened at some point along the way where she kind of went into overdrive out of anxiety, worry, and fear about reality as a whole. And she did say that a lot of this kicked in after they had their daughter, that she just felt like she had to do everything, make everybody happy. It was all up to her. She had to really keep it all together. Okay. And I said to her, are we kind of done? And do we want to choose differently about self, where you're trusting and believing and thinking, we're doing this together? He loves doing things for me. He loves doing things too. I do things, he does things. We're generally, a lot of us have been taught in our 3D experience that there's one person who does more, or all of this falls on one gender, or this person does this and they do that, or that women have to do it all. Or I've heard this too, women can't have it all. Now it's up to you what you believe. It really is up to you what your assumptions and your beliefs are in your reality and what you want to change. But remember that what you think about is what you create, and what you decide and what you focus on is what's happening, whether you want it or don't want it. Where your focus goes, your energy flows to. So we want to really look at this. So I want to encourage you today with whatever the dynamic is, right? Now, I also want to say with a caveat in this video, I am not saying relationship dynamics so that you then think I have a relationship dynamic that I have to change. It is to have awareness and understanding of this is where the dynamic currently is. And then what am I focusing on? What do I want? What is wanted? Oh, this is what I want instead. Okay. I've had a lot of people recently who are watching my videos and then they bring it to session like, yeah, I want to change this and change that. And this is wrong. And that is wrong. And this is wrong. That's not the point. The point is to have awareness and understanding about what is going on that you don't like, that's no longer of interest to you, that's no longer of what you currently want to be experiencing, and that we're choosing differently from within. Choosing differently from within. Remember that you are the God essence, you are the ground zero, you are the creator of the reality that you see. So if something is different, if you're wanting and desiring something different, we need to focus without evidence and without it happening first outside of us, that this is what's happening, this is what's going on. Now, like I've said in so many of my videos, this is counter to all the things that you've been taught, okay? And you want to understand, I want to encourage you to really rectify and think about, what are my assumptions and what are my beliefs and what are my thoughts about the person of my choosing, like I had her do. She had a lot of beliefs and assumptions about men that were just no longer helpful, because in the reality where he was doing things and she was doing things, he was planning dates, they were going out on dates, she was feeling loved, she was feeling adored, those beliefs do not exist. So there is the reality, what you're currently experiencing, which has the unwanted, I don't want this, I don't like that. And that has the beliefs and assumptions of what you don't want that create the thoughts that create the reality. And then there's the reality over here, which is, oh, I've shifted into this. This is who I am. This is who they are. This is who we are. And that's what's happening. So they do not exist together. Now, as you shift from this reality to this reality, things purge out. You release a lot. You change, you shift. It can feel so crazy, so bonkers, upside down land. Okay. Anybody watch Stranger Things? It can feel like that. But that means that the chosen reality is possible, and that we have to persist in the chosen reality, the chosen perspective. This is who we are. This is who I am. This is what's going on, in order for it to stick and stay and become your experience. Because remember, it has to come from you. It doesn't come from them. There isn't some miraculous, occurrence from the universe where, bam, the appropriate person comes in and it just happens and that's what goes on. No, it comes from us. It comes from you. You are the only one that can create it, recreate it, because you are, again, God in human form. You are the creator of your reality, because you come from the creator of all that is, the creator of all that could be, the energy of it all, of the cosmos. This morning I was thinking of good analogies, like Neville Goddard talked a lot about the Bible and about the teachings of Jesus and Christ consciousness. And these are the same. Buddha talked about the same. And so also, if we go to the Indian, or please forgive me because I am not of this faith system in my upbringing, but I have read portions of the Bhagavad Gita, which is the Hindu wisdom. Now, all of these ancient teachings, they're ancient books that are found all around the world. They really do boil down to being the energetic essence, that you are the energetic essence, the energetic vibration of God. Now, if we bring it to relationships, that's why prayer is effective, and that is why you can change a person, because you are the energy of all that is. And we have to remind ourselves of that. So I had to come back to SP, right? I had to remind this client of that over and over again. I said, yes, I understand what he's doing. He's doing this, he's doing that. He's saying this, he's saying that. What do you want? You're the only one. You're the only one that can choose differently and think differently on purpose in the face of all the other stuff, right? And this took a lot of reworking. Like she writes in her success story, she had been doing a lot of things. She had been doing a lot of scripting. She had been doing meditations and subliminals that she had grabbed off of YouTube. But the thing she was not doing was changing her thoughts, right? So we need to change our thoughts to create the new story, to create and project the reality, again, reality B of your choosing. Now, if you haven't done thought control, done a mental diet, and really done affirmations, then the frontal lobe of your brain is number one, you're not using your whole consciousness and your whole experience to your advantage, because we have our thinking and we have our thoughts, and our thoughts create. So we need to be thinking of what we want to create what we want and utilizing this to our best advantage, or you're just falling victim to the subconscious story. The story that you feel like is in the back of your mind, that's your subconscious. The conscious mind needs to be thought. You need to think differently here, to think differently in the backstory and the whole totality of you as a being. Okay. So unless you're doing that, this will feel very foreign. And I'm not saying a bunch of affirmations that you grab off of something or somewhere and you're rattling them off. No, it is really creating through thought of what do I want? If this is what I want, this is who I am, this is who they are, this is who we are. Again, the only person that can do it is you. Okay, now before I get off on a tangent, I'm going to read the success story. Okay. I'm just got to find it sometimes. It takes me a second. Thank you for bearing with me. Here we go. Oh no. All right, here we go. Hi, Alexis. Here I am. So happy to write my success story and send it in to you as I told you I would when I first started working with you. I am so happy and overjoyed for you to share my story as I intend that it will help others who feel so hopeless, lost, and scared in their relationships as I once was. I am going to put this into bullet points for you to easily read when you make my video, ... Here's my backstory. I have known my SP, who is now my fiance, for 10 years. We have one child together. We have been together for 5 of those 10 years. She means romantically. The first 5 years we were with other people, and then we decided to give us a go. During those 5 years, I can see now what I created. Lack of connection and intimacy, and really just being unhappy most of the time. We did have our daughter during this time, but it proved to be very difficult. I became the one who did everything, took care of it all. My resentment got greater and greater. I felt like a nag and a nuisance to him. Basically, I became my worst fear and my worst nightmare. Then we decided to separate. I found the law of assumption and I tried various techniques. I then did coaching with some other people. Then I found you. I was doing scripting and all the things, seeing little results. Now for the successes, as she puts in all caps. We worked it out. He came back and apologized and started doing more and more for me. I began to feel less burdened and less unhappy due to my mental diet and changing my reality, parentheses. And then he began to show me more love and was doing more and more things for me. Now we are what I always wanted us to be: connected, emotionally mature and honest, and also open and close with each other. For years, I always thought I had to be the one to make the first move, initiate, and do everything to keep us going. Once I really started to change the story and continually focus on within without seeing evidence is when I noticed the biggest shifts. If you are like me and have tried it all and are still seeing so few results and it feels like Groundhog Day every day, ... then book a session with Alexis. Oh, thank you. She really helped me to see what I was missing with my affirmations and also gave me encouragement on the way. The biggest realization I have had is that it is all me, and that she said, and as she said in many of her videos, I am the God essence of my reality, which means that anything is possible. I also want to add in the caveat too, that when I say affirmations, it really was not just a list of affirmations or one affirmation or one thought. It was all of the things that I was thinking and affirming all of the time. And she really helped me to blend my thoughts and my affirmations into my day-to-day reality instead of just doing a technique. Oh, yes. I forgot to mention that I am now officially a fiance. We are planning the wedding I always wanted, and our daughter is also in the wedding. ... What a dream. We are doing it together. I am so thankful for you and your nudges and pushes to get us there. Thank you for all that you do and for being my angel coach. I want everyone to know that they too can have the relationship of their dreams no matter what they have experienced or been through. Hugs and XOs. Okay. So please forgive me for it being a little bit stumbling. I'm trying to leave out some information just so I keep it confidential. So yes, how does she do this? Now, she did this by reminding herself throughout the day, I am the creator of my reality. My thoughts create. What am I thinking? Am I thinking of what I want, or am I thinking of what I don't want? I'm going to think of what I want without seeing any evidence, right? So that's always what we're doing when creating a new reality, manifesting for a specific person, and changing the dynamic, changing the situation, because it comes down to us. Now, I will say in her case, because I feel like this is something I see a lot, and that's why I pulled the success story to read today, is that she really had this idea of having to do it all, take on the burden, do everything for everyone, figuring it all out. And that was really like, I think she would agree that that was the downfall of the whole situation. Her idea, her assumption of that, she just couldn't see out of it. And so that caused resentment, that caused frustration, that caused irritation. But all she would then create was that her partner, that he was doing nothing, right? That she was having to do it all. Now we talked about it, and a lot of her having to do it all came from what she saw in her own family, things that her mom said, things that her mother's mother said, and this whole perpetual belief system in the family that women have to do it all. Okay. Now, does that serve us in creating a reality? No. Whether you're a woman or you're a man, you do not want, it's just my idea. Okay, you can disagree, but most of us do not want to be the one in the relationship that does it all. So if that resonates with you, you want to start thinking about, okay, and maybe even if that doesn't, start thinking about, who am I and who do I believe myself to be? What labels and what decision and what post-its have I put on myself? Because something is going on. If you're watching this video, if you're recreating your person, if you're recreating your relationship, you want to understand that if this comes from me, if this is my reality, who have I decided I am? Because who I decide I am dictates who I decide they are. And who I decide I am and who I decide they are dictates who are we? Who are we? So we want to get back to having the balanced perspective, choosing who we are instead, right? In her case, it involved a lot of affirmations about receiving, allowing things to come to her, doing less, like working less, playing more, enjoying life, thriving, happy, so connected. I'm so happy. I have so many great things going on, instead of, I have to do this. I'm such a nuisance. I'm such a nag. I have to tell him what to do. I have to tell her what to do. I have to tell everybody what to do. I'm like the boss of my reality, and not meaning like a boss in a good way, a boss in a self-deprecating, not really fulfilled, not romantic kind of way. Two, I want to say that when she began to really change this and she was receiving more and things were really changing in her experience, the intimacy and the emotional connection with him, it really began to come through. Then she began to create and manifest deeper, emotional, intimate conversations, things that she had always wanted, him touching her first, him reaching out for her hand, him kind of guiding situations and doing things too, so she can relax, she could let go, and she could fully trust in her creation. Okay. Because it is your creation. Believe it or not, believe it, it is your creation. You came into your body, you came into your physical body to learn how to better and more efficiently master how to create your reality. Remember that it is an illusion outside of you. It is an energetic illusion that is not real. That is not real. That is held in place by your thoughts, your thinking, what you decide. And again, who are you? Who are they? Who are we? Who am I? Who are they? Who are we? It's all up to you. You can have it. You can create it. It's 100% possible for you to experience, like this client, going from, like, rags to riches kind of story, even though it's not money, from broken up, separated, we're not together, I moved out, there's nothing going on, I'm not fulfilled, to manifesting and creating with the same person, getting married, moving back in together, thriving with the daughter, and that everyone is cohesive and happy. Okay. But again, it has to come from you. You're the only creator in your reality. You're the only thinker. Think of it like that, that your mind and your being, your essence, is the energy of all that is. And so you have all of that within you. Experiment with this. Go all in with this. Try it out. Okay. And if you need one-on-one help and coaching, I am here for that too. I am here to help you and guide you and tell you one-on-one my perspective on your situation and specific affirmations, like I do for all my clients, about what you're actually experiencing. You don't want to be grabbing a bunch of affirmations off the internet and using it for yourself, because that isn't really applying to you. What we need to be doing is changing the story, having a mental diet, because it comes from us. So it's got to be specific to our scenario and our reality. Okay. All right. I love you guys so much. I intend that this is helpful, motivational, and that she really gives you the support to know that you're not alone too. So everyone I speak to, a lot of people say the same thing. Oh, this is so sad. I'm the worst client you see. I'm never going to get this right. It's never going to happen. Even when it's happening, they tend to say that. And I always say, no, everyone who finds this uses it as a tool and an answer. And it's the best guarantee, because you're creating it. You're also learning how to master all the spiritual laws of reality within yourself, including the law of assumption, the laws of the mind, the laws of belief. All of it is the totality of you. So this, I don't like the word guarantee, but this enables you to feel more in control of you, your emotions, what you're creating and having it happen. So no one is the most worse off. No one is. She was just like that. She would say to me, oh gosh, I'm such a lost cause. I just can't do this. I just can't think the thoughts. I just can't affirm. I can't see around it. I can't see him differently. I can't do this. And I would say, yes, you can. Like I say to everyone, yes, you can. Yes, you can. We are all created of the same energy of the creator. We are just reclaiming that as a birthright to create what we want. Okay. So have a great week. And I intend great things for everyone. Celebrate yourself wherever you are in your journey. Give yourself encouragement. Be your best friend. Be on your side. Have complete allowance and acceptance for what you've created, knowing you can recreate it and change it. All right. I will see you in my next video. Love you all. Bye.